All right, so it's gonna be in a part 2 segment for storage space regions. So the brothers here joining me now, brother Kasad Bakaya.
Shalom.
I forgot the password. Okay, I got it. All right, there you go. Anything you add on, brother? Iran vows revenge on U.S. after facing Israeli bombardment. Trump issues warning to Iran after Israel's attack. Iranian drones storm Israel. Iran launches Operation True Promise 3, striking multiple targets inside Israel. This thing in the Middle East is heating up. Heating up fast. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2.
Oh, wait, real quick. Joel chapter what?
Joel chapter 3 and verse 2.
Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Go ahead.
I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Jehoshaphat is where? In the Middle East. I'm going to get the blue of the Bible. Alright, Jehoshaphat means Yahweh judges.
Strong's H 3092. Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat.
Yahweh has judged. It shows here.
Strong's H 3092. Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat.
Assemble the mighty men. Let's get that one. Back to the book of Joel, chapter 3. Going to verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the other heathen nations. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And they surely are coming up, okay? These nations, they're being drawn to the Middle East. This could be the start of the World War nuclear, because remember, Israel, the least of the flock, pursuing Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45, is going to draw them out. It's going to draw out who? USA, which is Babylon the Great in the scriptures, and the Medes, which is who? Pursuing to Russia, pursuing to the book of Isaiah. And Ezekiel 38 talks about the Russians as well as the Medes, chief prince of Rosh. So Israel is going to draw those two out for them to go nuclear, and the Medes are going to be stirred up against the Babylonians, which is equals America. And the Medes is going to nuclearify Babylon the Great, which is America, pursuing to the scriptures, the Holy Bible. Got a precept, brother?
God.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
That's horrific.
So the day of the Lord is coming soon. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai is coming, and it's going to be coming soon. He's coming in his chariot with his full celestial powers and glory to completely take down and to destroy Edom, as is told in 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 9, that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it. That followeth that world. The word for world is not the entire world that we know of. That's an age. That's a rulership. The mighty men shall cry bitterly there. These mighty men in Babylon are going to cry bitterly. Their pride is going to forsake them. Their weapons, their guns, their missiles, it's all going to forsake them. Because in verse 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, wasteness and desolation, darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. When those intercontinental ballistic missiles detonate on United States soil and or territory. It's going to completely blow them up, and mushroom clouds are going to be appearing in the places where those missiles detonated, causing clouds of mushroom clouds. It's going to block out the sun. It's going to be black. It's going to be gray and ash, likened unto 9/11, where the planes crashed into 9/11, and the ash that covered Brooklyn from Manhattan once it was all said and done. It's going to be the same thing, and everybody's going to be afraid, and there's going to be a terror, and the men of Babylon are going to wail and lament.
The mighty man shall cry there bitterly, not just any old man, a mighty man. These are men that's built for war, meant for war. Their minds are for war. The normal man be like, this is too much, but the mighty man be like, well, this is battle. Even the mighty man is going to cry there bitterly. And of course, it's going to be worse than 9/11, but... All right, the heavens depart as a scroll, as John the Revelator saw in the book of Revelation on the island of Patmos more than 2,000 years ago. He received that vision. The heavens departing as a scroll. The brother was going into that. What is that? That's the mushroom clouds. If you look at a scroll compared to a mushroom cloud from a nuclear blast, they look the same. Remember, it's being compared to things of his time period, John the Revelator. The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Yahushua is going to come back. This man, his kingdom is going to be taken from him by force. The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom pursuant to the scriptures. You know you're going to have the 144,000 fighting alongside Yahushua with all the holy angels when Yahushua come back pursuant to the scriptures. But this man's kingdom is going to be taken from him by force. Revelation chapter 9 verse 12. One woe is past. Behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Woe means what? Great sorrow, distress. So, one woe, World War One. Two more woes, World War II and World War III. World War One and World War II has passed, but there's another woe. And all in all, it adds up to 3.
God.
The third woe is coming. In Revelation chapter 9, verse 15, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. Third part of men, Esau. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. That is a massive number. And these horsemen are what? It's going into missiles. You're going to have a lot of nuclear missiles fired upon Babylon. And consisting of those missiles may also contain conventional missiles as well. And missile-like weapons. But you're going to have a lot of nuclear missiles fired upon Babylon. And you see, it's 4 angels. Horsemen, here it is, horsemen. That's for the power. Compare and contrast. Horsemen. Horsemen in the ancient world, you didn't want to be in the way of a horseman. You get hit. That's the equivalent of the ancient world getting hit by a car. To be compared to a thing of power. And it's an army, that's a big number. It's going to be a lot of nuclear missiles. All those that bend the bow, that have nuclear capabilities, shoot her. You got precept, brother?
Yep, I got precept.
Time. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. There's a lot going on right now in prophecies coming to pass, and there's a lot going on in the form of tricks, distractions, lying, and false information from our adversary Esau Edom, number 1, and then from the other nations. Don't get caught up in the propaganda of government, politics, this president, that president. Focus on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. There's a lot of lies going on around, so we are not going to be focused on that. We're going to be focused on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I got another precept, brother. Give me one moment, please.
Go ahead. Yeah, you always have to come back like a thief in the night. You don't want to get distracted like in the days of Noah.
Oh,
get boom.
Chapter 39. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, other known as the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Occupied in prophecies, occupied in what Yahweh Shai told us what was going to happen before he came back, as stated in the book of Matthew chapter 24. We're going to be occupying in these prophecies. We're not going to put our faith in governments, people, or anything else. We know that's all tricks and distractions. The only thing that's going to be left standing is the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and focusing on that.
Yeah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, the scriptures speak about. The law of the Most High, the book of Psalms, part of the law. You can read about that, but Yahweh shall be occupied in the law of the Most High, in these scriptures. Meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. The prophets are ancient, occupied in prophecies. And there's prophecies in the law if you didn't know. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, which equals America. Put yourselves in array against America round about, all ye that bend the bow, that have nuclear missile capabilities. Shoot at her. Spare no arrows. Spare no nuclear missiles. For she hath sinned against Yahweh. And normal missiles may even get shot too. For all those that bend the bow of nuclear capabilities. Shoot her! Shoot her! Like that scene from Jurassic Park. Open fire. Spare no missiles, for she have sinned against Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 7, starting at verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken them unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. A wise man that built his house upon the rock, occupied in prophecies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, focusing on the scriptures and prayer. Verse 25. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. When you're founded and you focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, no matter what's going on around you, you will not fall. Your foundation will not crack or be destroyed. Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, a stupid man, which shall be built his house upon the sand. So if you don't do or implement what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is saying to do in these scriptures, and you are a foolish man, and your house is like a house built upon the sand. And the rain, verse 27, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. Don't let this happen to you, that great be the fall of your house, because you was more focused in what was going on in the media and in governments and so forth, instead of the heavenly things of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Store up your treasures in heaven.
I'm going that scripture right now.
That's the spirit. You want to be focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Have your life, like a plant needs sunlight to grow. So you like unto the plant, the sunlight is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in these scriptures. Like that. You don't want to be distracted with the media, going to the cookouts, the barbecues, friends, family, so on and so forth. Where you at, brother?
Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 19.
I'm almost there. Go ahead.
Lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break in and steal. So so it's telling you, if you lay up your treasures on earth, this is what's going to happen. Don't lay up your treasures upon the earth. Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Verse 21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart also be. So if your heart is not focused on which is also your mind, on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, these prophecies, then you are on the sinking sand. You will be destroyed, and everything that you accumulated on this earth is going to be stolen or destroyed by thieves, moths, or rust. And essentially, everything in Babylon is going to be destroyed anywhere in intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is nuclear fire. So it's going up in flames anyway. Everything you try to store is going to be destroyed.
And if you're outside of America, when the kingdom of heaven is established, everything of this man is going to be extinctified. So, yeah. After 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, Esau will go extinctified, extinct pursuant to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. No, the southern kingdom of Israel is going to get together and burn this man. So, yeah. On that note, Shalom.
Shalom.
Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yoshai Bashem Rakal Kodash Barak Yahweh Barak Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.
The honors to Elder GMS Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.